Alright folks, not too far from home. It's a Sunday afternoon and I had to run a few errands, and it has been a very long time since I've been up in here, what we call the Coleman boundary. Last time I was up here the gate was still closed, so of course it might have been in winter time. But just out for an afternoon, clear the head, wash away the stress of the work week before, try out a couple of new camera angles. I put one up on the front engine guards down kind of low so that, but we'll see how that works. Up, the gate here is open, so we'll just kind of ride up through here. And recent bear activity in here. That's anywhere around here, folks. My yard, that campsite, just about anywhere in western North Carolina. Well, I'm up here this afternoon. Decided to come up here and ride one of the Forest Service roads up here in northern Buncombe County. Thought I'd share this little bit of waterfall over here. Best I can remember, the last time I was in here, there was a lot of people climbing that rock face there, or it seemed like it was. Maybe it's somewhere else. So I'm still out here in the Coleman boundary area. I rode up to the parking lot for the trailhead for the Douglas Falls area, but was doing a moto vlog, just bouncing down the road, talking away in my helmet, and I get to the end, decide to turn the camera off, and that's when I discovered I was turning the camera on. So I'm not riding back up there and all the way back down just to make this little vlog, so I thought I'd shoot it while I'm parked here on the side of the road. And as you can see behind me, you can see the roads, very typical of the roads, Forest Service roads around here. But the question I have for you is, how do you budget your time for adventure motorcycle travel? Whether it's BDRs, whether it's just routes that you've discovered, Smoky Mountain 1000, Smoky Mountain 500, all these other adventure trails that you hear about in the western states. I've heard of one in the Southeast Ohio Trail, the Southeast Adventure Trail, the SCAR, all of these routes. How do you budget your time for those? I'm still working a full-time job. I get 5 weeks of vacation a year, so I have plenty of time. But how do you budget that? Do you selfishly, well, for me, it feels like I'm selfishly taking time away from my family if I use more than 2 weeks a year. I'm kind of struggling with this. I've got an idea or a desire to ride a route next summer. It's going to possibly take me more than 3 weeks, just because there's other reasons why I want to ride this trail, and I want to ride it before I retire. Even though I'm eligible to retire May of next year, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to retire as soon as I'm eligible. There's still some life goals I want to reach. But I really want to ride this trail, this adventure route, and it's a long route. It's not very technical, so we can go pretty good on it. But there's some reasons I want to do this trail, sentimental reasons. but I'm struggling with taking more than 3 weeks from that budget of time off and spending it on myself. Can't really convince the wife to leapfrog ahead and do like some other adventure travelers do, where the wives leapfrog ahead and find a place to stay and then they meet there. Can't talk her into that. Can't talk her into riding on the back either. So this is pretty much my idea and for me. So just kind of curious how you budget your time, how you work that out, because everybody's different, but man, am I ever struggling with this. Really want to do this route before I retire, but really struggle with taking more than 3 weeks out of the time budget for just me. Could be just me, but I'm just kind of curious if you have any of these issues. I'm gonna hop back on the bike here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna, ride on out of here to this area, and it's just a spur road that goes up to a parking lot to a trailhead for the Douglas Falls, and I'm just gonna ride back down and ride around, spend a little helmet time today. It's Sunday afternoon. There's a real chance of afternoon thunderstorms, but right now it's looking good, and I just made it rain. Well, I'm just curious of what your thoughts are. It's a dilemma, it's a struggle. So let me know what your thoughts are. How do you budget your time for adventure travel? Did a whole 5 or 6 minute vlog. And then when I go to turn the camera off, the camera was already off. What an idiot.